What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and you might want to go look in your checking account because the new stimmies are here. The new stimmies are here. That's right. The first payments from the child tax credit are arriving today. We're going to talk about what this could mean for you and for the economy. You ready? Hit it. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jack Gamble, and I'm Nobody Special. And the new stimmies are here. That's right. Our long-anticipated gifts from Aunt Janet and Uncle J Pow finally arrived in our checking accounts today in the form of the child tax credit. And I haven't seen this level of excitement since Navin R. Johnson got his new copy of the phone book. Under this new form of universal basic income, I'm sorry, did I say UBI? I meant tax credit. You will receive up to $300 per child on a monthly basis. Where's that money coming from, you might be asking? Well, of course, it's coming from J-Pow's Magic Money Printer. Now, if you want to know what this means for the economy, recent history has already shown us. Go back to March of this year, and we can see the effect of the $1,400 stimulus payment that came out earlier this year. In March of 2021, we saw a 10% jump in retail sales. Because the difference between corporate welfare and stimulus getting paid out to everybody is when you pay everybody, that money gets spent right away. And we saw that in March. The people who got that stimulus spent it on things like apparel, sporting goods, bars, and restaurants. Now, that was a $1,400 payment. These payments aren't as big, but we're going to see this on a month-over-month basis. So we should see, within a couple of months, an uptick in retail spending, and that uptick in retail spending should persist as long as these tax credit payments continue. Now, if you've been following me, you know I've been talking an awful lot lately about inflation and about the situation at U.S. ports and the shortage of truck drivers. Well, when you give stimulus to everybody and they spend that money on more stuff that is almost exclusively made in Asia, well, you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winning economist to know where that money's going to go and what the effect on our ports and our trucks is going to be. As this stimulus money gets spent right away, it's only going to add to the congestion. It's only going to add to the global shipping container shortage. So we should see the situation at U.S. ports be somewhat aggravated by this. We should see the nationwide shortage of truck drivers get worse as all of this stuff has to get loaded onto trucks and spread throughout the country. And of course, I have been talking about consumer price index lately. And as all that money gets spent and as it chases the same amount of goods and services, we're going to see price increases. So these stimulus payments should keep these CPI numbers high like we've been seeing over the last few months. Now, another thing you need to keep in mind is that this is all printed money. This is adding to the money supply. All right, this is not tax revenue. The government has already spent all the tax revenue and then some. So this is new money entering the system. And it's entering the system right away. It's going to get spent right away. So what does that look like? Well, first of all, this ridiculous trend in money supply growth is going to continue. Now, keep in mind, this is M2SL. That's the seasonally adjusted M2 money supply. The traditional M2 money supply is no longer tracked. But we should see this upward trend in money supply only continue. Another thing you need to think about is the reverse repo situation. We've seen as banks have struggled under the dead weight of all of these deposits, they've been dumping it into the Fed at overnight interest rates of about 0.5% because our money is liabilities for the banks. They need to hold so much collateral, and right now there's a shortage of collateral. So they're sending all the money over to the Federal Reserve in the form of reverse repos. Well, now every family in the country pretty much is getting a few $100 in stimmy payments. So we should see almost right away a big uptick in reverse repo usage. We'll see if that happens over the next few days. So to make a long story short, as much as it's nice to look in your checking account and to see a few $100 extra, and I'm sure there are people out there who could really use that money and that it is going to do a lot of good, we need to keep in mind that the situation in our economy that has been very slowly making life more and more difficult for us is only going to be aggravated by this. We're going to see more shortages. We're going to see more shipping delays. We're going to see more inflation. So what do you plan on spending your stimmies on? Drop a comment down below. We'll see if any trends emerge. Mine? Probably silver and AMC. It's my money. I do what I want. Anyways, guys, I really want to thank you for your time and for coming to see me and checking out this channel. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. It would really help me out. In the meantime, live small and dream big.